This video of black men reading Project 2025 has gone viral because so many black men didn't know.
I think Project 2025 is something that's going to set us back about 20 years.
They're trying to just disintegrate everything, and I don't appreciate that.
Genocide. I don't vote for genocide. I don't vote for black men being executed inappropriately and untimely. I don't vote for any of that, never have.
This is the same group that believes that the lives of, would-be children are considered. And then to become like judicial hitmen, right? It's crazy because you can't use the same God for both of them.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren.
And I'm Maureen.
Right. So today we want to talk about Project 2025, and we are going to be reacting to a video of black men who are asked to read out Project 2025, some of the agendas, and also react to it.
Yeah, and as we understand, these are men who hadn't seen Project 2025, but they had only heard of Project 2025. And guys, when we tell you that Project 2025, much as palm-colored people like to say that let's bring back slavery, I feel like right now policies are being passed or will be passed to try and bring back slavery and in different forms. Just like World War III won't happen the way World War I and II happened, slavery also won't happen the way the previous one happened.
Right. So let's watch this video and then we come back and talk about it. And guys, remember, whatever is in the document, the agenda of 2025, the project.
2 months from now.
2 months from now, and then
you guys will have
a
new president. It will happen up there. Yes, we'll feel it down here too. But guys, in 2 months' time,
and it won't only affect black people. I feel like this is something that is going to also affect everybody.
Although I feel like the policies that are on there, yes, it will affect everybody, but black people and people of color will feel it the most. Right. So guys, let's watch this and then we come back and talk about it.
I've heard of Project 2025 and I've read inserts of Project 2025.
No, I haven't. Actually, I haven't heard about it at all.
No, I haven't heard about it.
I just heard Project 2025 was something that wasn't for us or something to try to eliminate us slowly but surely. I could be wrong, but I know it ain't nothing good for us.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hello, my name is Tyrone Howard, Professor of Education at UCLA. And what I'd like to bring to your attention are some of the concerning and disturbing aspects of Project 2025 that we in the black community should be concerned about.
Federal education policy should be limited, and ultimately, the Federal Department of Education should be eliminated.
Outrageous. That's just complete nonsense.
There's no clarity here as to what this really means. Are we eliminating resources? Are we eliminating things? And who is this being eliminated for? There's already a shortage of resources that young black kids get. What are we going to do if we don't provide the same education resources for everyone?
I think Project 2025 is something that's going to set us back about 20 years.
Wow. I don't think enough people are educated on just how bad this 2025 thing is.
Any discussions around race and racism are now being eliminated, which to me is erasing a core part of our history.
Black history is just not black history. It's actual the history. It's the history. It's not just black history, because you can't go back in history and not find black people.
You're trying to erase the history, but you're not willing to necessarily erase the legislation that holds us down on a day-to-day basis. Got it. Insane. Okay. Cool. That's a wicked game that they're playing.
I feel like they're trying to just disintegrate everything, and I don't appreciate that.
No, this is crazy. This is actually crazy. This is worse than the other one.
It's overwhelming. I can't believe someone actually took the time to put together this document that is, it's absurd. It's absurd.
The death penalty has always been highly problematic because a disproportionate number of people who are on death row are black men. This would ensure their instant death.
No, I don't vote for genocide. I don't vote for genocide. I don't vote for black men being executed inappropriately and untimely. I don't vote for any of that, never have.
I don't believe in the death penalty personally. You know, I feel what he say, you know, vengeance is not ours, it's his.
This is the same group that believes that the lives of, you know, would-be children are considered. And then to become like judicial hitmen, right? It's like, it's crazy because you can't use the same God for both of them.
We have a lot of individuals who are obviously doing, you know, time in prison and our jail systems without having gone through the proper channels of being allowed a, you know, proper due process.
What it does really is just let black men know that we're not really, we're not respected, we're still not looked at as human. This is still like an extermination.
I think the only thing that really scares me about this is the conservative administration should do everything possible to obtain the finality for the 44 prisoners currently on death row. That seems to say even if they're innocent, kill them. That's scary.
Liberal states have now become sanctuaries for abortion tourism. Health and Human Services should use every available tool, including the cutting of funds, to ensure that every state reports exactly how many abortions take place.
It seems like they're trying to cover every door to make sure a woman doesn't have the right to choose what happens with her body. And I think it's just crazy.
I feel like they should have their choice of how they want to treat their bodies and do what they want with their bodies, so it shouldn't be up to no government to do that.
This is an important issue that we should all be concerned about because women's rights are being taken away. This takes us to illegal and backroom abortions where women put their lives at risk in ways that we haven't seen for centuries in this country.
They've been through a great deal of suffrage, so this is just another thing to add on to more of that suffrage. And I feel like they should have their choice of how they want to treat their bodies and do what they want with their bodies, so it shouldn't be up to no government to do that. No, I'm not, this is not something I want to vote for at all. I wouldn't vote for it.
I want my daughters to be able to grow up, they're 6 to 12. I want them to be able to grow up and have freedom of rights.
He's already said he wants to do a national abortion ban, so this is just proof positive.
The Secretary should phase out all existing income-driven repayment plans by making new loans, including consolidation loans, ineligible. There should be no loan forgiveness.
This means that your loans will be due soon, and many of them with interest and penalty and fees, so more money out of your pocket. Why is that important? Because black people are twice as likely to have larger student loan debts than people from other races, which means that it only delays the ability to purchase homes and other wealth-building strategies.
No loan forgiveness it's pretty scary. If there's no forgiveness and if all the borrowers should have to repay their loans, some people are not in a position to do that. And I don't think a lot of people can recover from the debt that college is putting on people. So, you know, you be putting kids in a position where it's almost impossible for them to win.
The next administration should work with Congress to amend Title VII to prohibit Equal Employment Opportunity Commission from collecting EEO-1 data and any other social classifications in employment for both private and public workplaces. Wow.
What this means is that we will no longer have protections in the workplace that prevent discrimination, racism, or unfair treatment of people of color.
Wow. Oh yeah, we can't have that. We can't have that at all.
Egregious, overwhelming, outrageous, unfair. That's how I describe it.
May I speak candidly? It's basically a handbook for slavery.
I think that we need to vote, get out and spread the word to make sure that this doesn't happen.
I used to think that black men could never be presidents of companies like Xerox and Microsoft, but a black man became the president. This is rolling back all these things that were already established. We should find more ways to be more inclusive, men of color, women of color. I can't imagine an administration that would take us back. I could never support it.
We feel harmful health policy, and that's under the Obama and Biden administration, such as Medicare shared saving programs and the Inflation Reduction Act.
I never thought that we would come to a time like this in America. You know, just sad.
The Inflation Reduction Act basically is a provision that will have an impact on Medicare, which would mean higher prescription costs for seniors and more money for Big Pharma, plain and simple.
I'm in a wheelchair, and I do got Medicare. So they're trying to take Medicare for us? I would be asked out because I don't have no care for my wheelchair.
Honestly, based on this, like honestly, thinking about, again, not even thinking necessarily about myself, but you know, my grandmother, my grandfather specifically, this would directly affect him, which would be insane.
So what it means to me is poor people that have pre-existing conditions are in a world of trouble if Trump gets in office. I mean, for him to say he want to get rid of Obamacare, and when they asked him the question, what's your plan? He said he has a concept. That's the scariest thing ever.
And I'm an asthmatic, you know, like I know what it's like to be suffering at night because, you know, you're wheezing and you don't have your inhaler. And I mean, come on now, like it's hard to, I guess, express like the.
So guys, welcome back. Let us know what you think about this video on the comment section, right? So one thing I took note of is that the fact that they want to do away with teaching critical race theory in schools. And we know how important this is. This means that for kids growing up in that time, let's assume they manage to do that, yeah, and the Agenda 2025 goes forward. It means kids won't be aware. They won't know what is right from what is wrong.
They won't be sensitized to the plight of the people who will be facing racism. Right. And can it be any clearer that Project 2025 has been written by a palm-colored person? I mean, what do you guys think? Because much as it's gonna affect everybody, black people and POCs will be affected the most. And, you know, I don't know, something in this Project 2025, it seems to be favoring palm-colored men of all the groups. It seems to be favoring palm-colored men.
But bottom line, I think, leave alone even favoring palm-colored men, I feel like this is the kind of thing that more so is going to be favoring the 1%. You know why I'm saying that? Because another thing they talked about was discrimination in workplaces. They're going to do away with equal opportunities. They're going to do away with discrimination in workplaces. Meaning,
much as it's favoring the 1%, I feel like it's generally favoring white men. Yeah, it generally favors, cause why would they want to do away with equal opportunities of employment and pay for everybody?
Already as it is, black people, if you look at the CEOs and you do a side-by-side comparison, right? Black CEOs or head of companies, owners of companies, black people already don't match or compare to the ratio of palm-colored people who are in leadership. You get what I'm saying?
Compare in what way?
They don't compare in the sense that you find more palm-colored people who have higher opportunities, if I'm making sense. Yeah, compared to black people. So already it's not fair. It's not a fair playing field for you to bring about Project 2025 to make the situation worse.
I mean, that's why I'm saying this whole project seems to be taking people back to, walking people back to slavery. And of course, this time they won't come in boats and shackle people away. This time they're coming with policies. You know, they're introducing policies that will slowly walk people back into slavery.
And take away your rights.
And take away your rights, especially for women with the abortion thing and all of that. They're gonna be taking away your say to what what should be done. Especially, can you imagine a situation whereby those women who usually go for, you know, under the knife because they have risky pregnancies, they will have to carry those pregnancies out unless there's a law that will protect them from undergoing any kind of punishment. And also another thing that took my interest was, when I started hearing Project 2025, there is this one thing they've said that I didn't actually hear it, but now they're reading it here, where it talks about the death death row inmates and how they say that death row inmates will be unalived instantaneously, you know. And someone brought out a valid point that when you go to prison systems and you look at death row inmates, most of them are black men. And you know, so they were asking themselves, is that their way of getting rid of black men? Because you know, without black men, black women cannot procreate black babies.
I don't know about that one.
I feel like this whole thing is just sinister because
I don't know about that one because also I would be against that fact, being that we've seen a lot of cases where innocent black men go to jail and they're sentenced for something that later on comes to be proven innocent.
Yeah.
Look at the case of
Marcellus. It's why I'm saying, could this be a ploy for them to like get rid or reduce black men?
How they don't have to do much more
so that
than
black
that.
women can, you know, mate with other races other than black people, because you know, in Argentina, even how they became a mostly white population, despite there having been black people in Argentina, was they took the black men and put them in the front lines when the World War II was happening, and most black men died there. So women were left, and you know, you procreate with the next person you find.
And then you guys, just let us know. I feel like Trump really does not relate with the problems of the
everyday person.
Exactly.
It's not only Trump, all politicians, but here let's talk about Trump.
Let's just talk about Trump. I feel like he really cannot relate because he was born in wealth and has lived in wealth. So when he talks about wanting to change the social healthcare policies, the Obamacare, wanting to do away with that, and at least in this video we've seen people who directly benefit. They benefit from such programs, and they've come out to say, should Trump manage successfully do this, how it's going to affect their lives. And you're like, you really cannot ignore this. But I feel like Trump is so out of touch that even if such a person comes into his office and explains this to him, he still won't get it. So long as, for them, you know, it's the case of they're called casualties of war, provided they achieve
their
agendas. Exactly.
Yeah, so I don't know, bottom line, I feel like the project 2025, as much as it will put some aspects of society back in the checkbox, it will ruin also a lot of people's lives, you know. And for me,
women,
what
do you feel about this project? Men, women, what do you feel about it?
Personally, I do feel like this is kinda like just the way they've said it, it's walking people back into the days when there was, you know.
20 years
so
back.
For me, I feel like this is like a handbook for slavery. They're rewriting slavery and
taking away women's rights,
doing all this and all that.
Yeah, if this goes forward, then it's just a matter of time before people like Kamala Harris also have to pack their bags out of the offices
and go home,
because they are women at the end of the day.
And she won't be able to complain about not receiving a salary because, hey, you will be under Project 2025, so she'll be under her husband.
Right. Oh my goodness. It's gonna
be messy. It's gonna be messy. So guys.
But what I'm wondering is, why would you want a world that looks like what Project 2025 is?
Because it will give the 1% more power power and control over people and what they already own right now. It will give them more power.
Guys, think about it. I feel like this the powers that they created a world in such a place where they showed people their rights, and they showed people that with them aware of their rights, what they could achieve. Women could go to work, women could earn their own money. Women now came to a place where you find those types who don't want to get married because according to them they don't need men because they can take care of themselves.
Yeah,
right?
And you find even most of these women, some of them or most of them don't want to have babies. So now they're introducing these policies because
they want you in the house to have
babies
to
who
give
will
back
work
to
for
slaves.
them. Yeah, they don't have enough slaves to be working in their factories and all that. And you know, when the population is too many with little jobs, then they'll be able to pay you the peanuts they wanna pay you.
And
because
then let's
at
talk
the end
about
of the day, there's so many of you to pick from.
Right.
But
And then
right now there isn't.
Right. And then let's talk about the woke society, right? I identify as a cat, I identify as a tree.
You know, the only thing under Project 2025 will be allowed to identify us is a man, a woman, and a child.
Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about this on the comment section. We'd really like to know your opinion on this, right? Generally, the world is headed into a messy
And you
place.
guys, it's actually crazy to think that you know, should Trump get into office, maybe even Kamala Harris, because at the end of the day, they all represent the 1%. It doesn't matter the political party they are in. At the end of the day, Project 2025, it has policies that both of them maybe will want to pass, you know. So regardless of who wins, 2025 is like 2 months and some days away from here.
How you say 2025 is 2 months away from now.
Some days away from now, right? Like 2, 3, 4, 5 days away from now. So you guys will have a new president regardless.
The world Biden will be taking a new shift.
Yeah,
BRICS is happening.
So it won't be Biden, but it will surely be Kamala or Trump. And with them comes this slavery handbook. So either ways, buckle down and prepare.
As we also buckle down and prepare down here.
Yeah. Let us know what you think about this episode, and also consider subscribing if you're new to our channel, and we'll see you on our next episode.